Davis' concept of slope evolution must be taken in the context of his normal cycle of erosion justify. In the context of his normal cycle of erosion justify. देखो, what is here? You know that when we are talking about the Davisian theory, it is referred to as the theory of slope decline. ठीक है? So when I am starting to write this, I will start with Davisian theory of slope decline is corollary to his cycle of erosion model or theory. To his cycle of erosion model or theory. In other words, Davis has not given any separate theory, of slope evolution. So if you know, you must be aware, Penck has given a separate theory of slope development. So he has not given a separate theory of slope evolution. So stop. Thus, his slope decline model should be seen as part and parcel of his concept of cycle of erosion. अब इसको मुझे प्रूव करना है मेन बॉडी में. I have to prove this, what I am saying. So, number of things Davis talks about, और उसी से हम उसके स्लोप डेवलपमेंट थ्योरी को भी समझते हैं. So, first thing, very important thing that Davis says, that the angle of slopes are reflection of the stage of development reached in the cycle of erosion. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहली बात क्या बोलता है? The angle of slopes are reflection of the stage of development reached in the cycle of erosion. ठीक है, सो देखो डेविस क्या यूज कर रहा है. ही यूजेस द कंसेप्ट ऑफ ग्रेड टू एक्सप्लेन. सारे एजम्पशन साइकिल के यहां पर नहीं डिस्कस कर रहा हूं. सो यू ऑलरेडी नो दैट द मॉडल ऑफ डेविस, जैसा कि अभी मैंने बताया, इट इज अ टाइम स्पेस सब्स्टिट्यूशन अप्रोच पर बेस्ड है. ही वाज यूजिंग अ क्लोज सिस्टम पर्सपेक्टिव where he says that there is a fast rapid upliftment and then what happens, this upliftment stops. and after that there is no upliftment. That means there is no input of new matter taking place. So his model is essentially an example of a closed system model, or it can be understood from the perspective of closed system, because उस time कोई system approach नहीं था formally. So if you talk about, he is making his landform, he is treating landform as closed systems. And then he builds upon this, he uses several concepts. Base level का concept again वो closed system के लिए use करता है. He uses the concept of grade to explain the changes which are occurring in the landforms. So according to Davis, what is the condition of slopes in the youth stage? The condition of the slopes in the youth stage. So in the youth stage, he finds that, remember, Davis का work area कौन सा है? What is the work area of Davis? It is the Appalachian region of North America. So his work area is the Appalachian region of North America. Can we say it is humid temperate climate? It has humid temperate climate. और humid temperate climate में one thing very significant is the rate of denudation is high. So here what happens? The rate of denudation is high. ठीक है? So देखो, building upon this context, Davis क्या कहता है? That in the youth stage there is generation of debris taking place. Generation of debris taking place. ठीक है? Mainly जो processes हैं, these are the processes of rain wash, weathering processes are responsible in the generation of debris. So it is mainly the rain wash and some weathering processes are responsible in this generation of debris. According to Davis, what happens? The debris which is generated during this period, this debris generation leads to accumulation of the debris in the, the accumulation of the debris starts from where? From the lower part of the slope. ठीक है? From the lower part of the slope से accumulation of debris start हो जाता है. In the initial youth, ठीक है? In the initial youth, what is taking place? Generation of debris is slower. Generation of the debris is slower. क्यों slower होगा? Can we say कि it would be slower because the structure of the rocks is still strong? ठीक है? For example, अगर पढ़ा है weathering, तो you must be aware what is the role of physical weathering? What is the primary role of physical weathering? Physical weathering break down bigger pieces of rocks into smaller pieces. अगर एक rock को मैं divide कर दूं smaller pieces में, does it means that the total surface area will increase? होगा? And chemical weathering कैसे work करता है? It works from the surface. So it paves the way for accelerated chemical weathering to take place. So initially जब अभी rocks ये landform बना है, तो does this means that the rocks will be stronger at this point of time? Will they be more resistant? Yes or no? There will be less openings in the rocks. So the processes of denudation will be working slowly. So in the initial youth, what is happening? There is generation of debris slower. But what happens with this generation of debris? It increases. It increases as youth stage progresses. It increases as the youth stage is progressing. ठीक है? That means maximum generation of debris कब होगा? At the end of youth and the beginning of maturity. So maximum generation of debris occurs at the end of youth and beginning of maturity. ठीक है? इतनी बात समझ में आ गई? Remember that Daviesian model is an example of transport limited slope development. ठीक है? So यहाँ पर because debris generated it will continue to get retained. All of it cannot be transported. So with time, what will happen? With time, the free face will be fully covered with debris. ठीक है? So as the generation of debris increases, so as youth progresses, as the youth stage progresses, the free face is progressively covered. The free face is progressively covered or buried. Progressively covered or buried under debris. ठीक है? इतनी बात समझ में आ गई? नाउ सी, एक कंसेप्ट है, शायद तुम लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा इसके बारे में, कंसेप्ट ऑफ एंगल ऑफ रिपोज. डू यू नो अबाउट दिस? Angle of repose. What is this angle of repose? It is the maximum angle which is maintained by an unconsolidated material. Maximum angle maintained by an unconsolidated material, or maximum slope angle maintained by unconsolidated material. So you must have done this experiment. You know, when we go on the beach, या फिर घर कभी बन रहा होगा तो बालू आया बहुत सारा, sand आया, तो what you did? We used to make the hills of sand. Do you remember? So hills of sand जब हम बनाते हैं, it is unconsolidated sand. It will be able to maintain an angle. If you put more sand, what will happen? It will fall down. ठीक है? It will go down and the angle will be maintained. ठीक है? So always an unconsolidated material, what it does, it maintains a high angle of repose. What will be the angle of repose? It would depend upon the texture of the particles, the size of the particles which are making it. ठीक है? So that is the concept of angle of repose. Davis uses this concept of angle of repose and calls it as the graded slopes. Calls it as the graded slopes. ठीक है? So graded slope क्या होता है? Graded slope is a slope which is able to transport all the debris coming from above. It is a slope which is able to transport downslope all the debris, able to transport downslope all the debris coming from above. ठीक है? So इसका मतलब है कि in the youth stage the slopes are not graded. क्योंकि जो ऊपर से डेब्रिस आ रहा है वो क्या हो रहा है, कलेक्ट हो रहा है, नॉट ऑल ऑफ इट इज ट्रांसपोर्टेड. So thus it means what Davis says, in the youth stage, the slopes are not found in graded stage of development. So in the youth stage, the slopes are not graded, or there is no development of graded slopes. ठीक है, इतनी बात समझ में आई. So there is no such development of the graded slopes in the youth stage. But as we are saying, by the end of youth, at the beginning of maturity, at this point, the entire free face is covered with debris now. Okay? So it is from here that the graded slopes are formed. So it is at the beginning of mature. So he says that at the end of youth and the beginning of mature, the entire free face is buried under the debris cover. Under the debris cover. ठीक है? And from here what happens, this is the development of graded slopes. So here the graded slope develops. ठीक है, फिर से बता देता हूं, what is a graded slope? It is a slope which is in equilibrium and which is able to transport all the material which is coming from above. ठीक है, अगर समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो बाहर जाकर के बालू को ढूंढो and try to make that hill. You will understand what is that graded slope. You put more material on that. Once the maximum angle is maintained, you'll see all the material will go down. Okay? So that is essentially the graded slope. Now Davis says, once the graded slope are formed, once the condition of grade is achieved, once the condition of grade is achieved and graded slopes are formed, and graded slopes are formed, comma, the landscape including the slope remains in the condition of grade. Remains in the condition of grade. ठीक है, तो you know it is the property of natural systems that once they achieve the condition of grade, they continue to remain the condition in the condition of grade. They want to continue to remain the condition of grade. So if there is no change in the external forces, what will happen? It will continue to remain in the condition of grade. और Davis model is a closed model. That means बाहर से कोई climatic change नहीं हो रहा उसमें. That is the part of his assumptions. ठीक है? So it continues to remain in the condition of grade. In this attempt to maintain a graded profile, slopes undergo a process of decline. Slopes undergo the process of decline. ठीक है, सो इसलिए डेविस के अकॉर्डिंग इस वजह से डिक्लाइन होता है. अब मैं इसको समझाता हूं व्हाट ही इज ट्राइंग टू से. सो व्हाट इज द रैशनल, ही इज मोर explaining the rationale of slope decline rather than the process of slope decline. ठीक है, so for him what is the rationale of slope decline? So tell me, as the cycle progresses, जो लैंडफॉर्म था, will it become smaller in size? Yes or no? And if it continues to become smaller in size, does it mean that the debris coming from above will reduce? Yes or no? So as the cycle progresses, the landform reduces in size and the debris coming from above also reduces. ठीक है, नाउ थिंक. सपोज करो कि स्लोप ने ये एंगल बनाया एंड दिस इज द कंडीशन ऑफ ग्रेड, उसने अचीव कर लिया. अब यहां से देयर इज डेब्रिस कमिंग, 2x डेब्रिस इज कमिंग. ठीक है, सो टू ट्रांसपोर्ट दिस 2x डेब्रिस इट नीड्स टू मेंटेन दिस मच हाई एंगल, ताकि सारा का सारा डेब्रिस चला जाए, ट्रांसपोर्ट हो जाए. बट इन द लेटर फेज what is taking place, there is now reduction of the debris, it has become just x. And if the debris has become x, if the slope maintains high angle, can I say it is losing the condition of equilibrium or grade? अब उसके पास ज्यादा कैपेसिटी है बट काम कम है. Yes or no? So what the slope will do? The slope will essentially decline. So there will be decline in the slope to continue to be remaining in the condition of grade. ठीक है, सो आगे लिख लो. To accommodate such reduction in debris, to accommodate for such reduction in debris, the slope undergoes the process of decline. The slope undergoes the process of decline so as to continue to remain in the condition of grade or equilibrium. In the condition of grade or equilibrium. ठीक है, so thus what Davis finds, the graded slopes are maintained till the penny plane stage. ठीक है, they are maintained till the penny plane stage. They are present till the penny plane stage. What is the difference? In the early mature, the angle of the graded slope will be steeper. As the cycle progresses, the angle of the graded slope declines. So एक मिनट इसमें भी होगा. So this is which is the beginning of mature. ठीक है, so what happens? Can you see progressively what is happening? There is the phenomena of slope decline taking place. there is the phenomena of slope decline taking place. So ये वाला डायग्राम डेविस का स्लोप डिक्लाइन मॉडल का डायग्राम है.